Hey kids, straight away this video isn't going to be a funny video, so if that's what you want, I'll see you next time. Today I want to talk about something that happened to me yesterday at work. I had a panic attack, and I've never had a panic attack before, and if you've ever had a panic attack you will know how terrifying it is. I think it's important to talk about it and to understand what happened, and if other people have panic attacks, I would like to hear how you handle them, or if I've opened a door that allows me to have panic attacks. Is there a way I can not have them, or if I have one again, how can I deal with it? Because it's not something I ever want to happen to me again, or at least be better equipped to deal with it if it happens again. So I was at work, doing work at my desk, and I started to feel sort of spacey and like how Jack Sparrow is. So I started, and my fingers started tingling, and then I felt very aware of my whole body and where I was and like my position in the universe. I was like, you're right here, you're very aware of what's happening. These are your fingers, they are tingling right now, they're a part of your body. And then like my heart started beating really fast, and I was like, shut up Scott, you're full of bullshit, there's nothing wrong with you. So I went on a brew run, and whilst at the machine getting coffees, I could feel myself sort of getting sort of dizzy and lightheaded, and I could feel myself swaying back and forward just a little bit, like I was just off balance, like I was uneasy on my feet. And that's something I never am, because I'm quite a solid built person, and I'm very sort of posture, straight up, upright, all about that bullshit. And so that's this, Scott, there's something not right with you right now. And I got back to my desk, and I gave people coffees and things, and then I sat down, and I was like trying to concentrate on what I was doing at work, like what the work I was doing, and I couldn't. And I was looking at my computer screen, and it was just letters and numbers, and I was like, this isn't making any sense, I don't know what I'm looking at. And then I was like, I could feel my breath getting heavier, and I was like, Scott, something is not okay. And currently I'm reading Mamie Hart's book, You Deserve a Drink, and there's a whole chapter about panic attacks and how she has them and where they came from and how she deals with them and things. And it was like everything she was saying was happening to me, and I felt every single thing that she was feeling in tandem, the way it happened and the way she felt. Like it was like you're very aware of yourself, but you feel odd. And so I was like, mate, I need to not be at my desk for a minute, I need to go and find a manager, I need to say, can I have a minute? And then the manager I found now, he was like, can I have a minute, because I think I'm on a panic attack. And the manager, I think he might have had some, and he immediately was like, yeah, do you want first aider? Do you want to go have a minute? Do you want to go sit in a meeting room? Do you want to talk? And I was like, no, I'm fine, I just need a minute, I don't know what's happening. I haven't felt like this before, this has never happened. It was like, go and have a minute, do some fresh air, take the lift, not the stairs. And I was like, okay. And my breathing was getting really heavy, and my hands were going into overdrive, like anxious, and I didn't know what was happening. I went out to the car park at work, and I sat on the curb and tried to steady my breathing, and I was almost crying because I didn't know what was happening, and I felt like the universe was imploding on me, and like I was sat on a podium and the rest of the world just fell away beneath me. And then I don't know what was happening. I was like, come on Scott, you know how you, like panic attacks, you breathe deeply, you calm yourself, you remove yourself from any sort of stressful situations, and in that moment you don't think anything like that, not at all. Because before this happened I was like, oh, people have panic attacks, they breathe into paper bags, they just have to breathe fast. I didn't really understand panic attacks, I didn't understand where they came from, I didn't understand how they made people feel. And then it happened to me yesterday, and I was like, mate, this is not okay, you are not alright. and it was an odd experience. It's weird. It's hard to describe unless you've had a panic attack. So I sat down on the curb. I was like pepping myself. I was like, Scott, you okay? Breathe slowly. You're gonna be alright. After I'd sort of slowed my breathing, I was sat on the curb and I could feel my body rocking back and forward. And I wasn't doing it myself. It was because my heart was pounding so fast, and I was like, and I could feel my heart beating in my chest. And I was moving. My body was like swaying back and forward with it because I felt so uneasy. And then when I got back to my desk, I was like, "You're alright. You've only got half an hour left at work. You can do this. Just keep typing, doing whatever." And then I couldn't do it because nothing was making sense to me. Like, I was sat and I couldn't concentrate on one thing, and I didn't know what to do. In Mamie's book, she's like, if you have a panic attack, you're okay, but you just need to get the fuck out of there. And I'd calmed down, but I was like 95% okay. But the 5% where I was a bit off, where I was off kilter, I was very conscious about, and I was like, Scott, you're not okay right now. You need to not be here. So I went and asked my manager again, so can I leave? There's a bus soon, I can get home. I can at least be in a place where there's nothing on, because nothing triggered it. There was nothing that happened at work that set it off. It just happened. It just crept up on me out of nowhere, because nothing had changed. The situation hadn't changed. I hadn't been doing anything different at work. It just happened, and I was like, holy fucking shit, my whole life is falling apart around me. I'm gonna die. I don't know what's happening. I'm terrified. I feel weird. This is not okay. So it ended up, my housemate picked me up from work, and she was like, mate, I'm coming getting you. I'm just making sure you're alright. Hannah, if you're watching this, you're a babe, and I love you for picking me up and hugging me and telling me I was going to be okay, because I needed it. So when I got home, I did, again, what Mamie does. I had a big swig of tequila, and I immediately, as it burned going down, I felt human again. And it's weird to say out loud that that's what happened to me, but it's what happened. And I was like, okay. And I did some Googling. I was like, was that a panic attack I had? Was it an anxiety attack? Is there a difference? And every single symptom of a panic attack was right there. And the main thing that it said was that a panic attack was what you feel like, is there's a sense of impending doom. And as ridiculous as that sounds, I know how ridiculous it sounds as someone who didn't have a panic before yesterday. If someone said to me, I feel doom upon me, I would have been like, mate, shut up. But after yesterday, it's literally the only way I can describe it. It felt like there was nothing existed in the world except how terrified I was that I was going to die. I'm like, mate, existential crisis condensed into a ball. The whole world is falling apart around you, and you're going to die feeling like this. You're terrified, you're shaking, you're sweating, you can't breathe properly, your heart's beating really fast, you feel all tingly, you feel weird, you feel just not comfortable in the position you are. And it was not something like, I feel as though I'm doing a really good job of describing it, because I've told like a lot of people today why they saw me and why I ran out of work and all this bullshit. If you've had a panic attack, you'll know what happens. If you have a panic attack in future, or if anything happens like that and you have those symptoms or you feel anything like that, just remove yourself from whatever situation you're in. Take a minute on your own, or at least find someone or speak to someone before it happens, just in case, who's had one, and say, if this ever happens to me, please be there for me. If you can help me, please do it. Because I tweeted about it last night, and I had like an overwhelming response of people being like, I have them too. I've had panic attacks. I know how bad they are. It's really, really shit. I'm really sorry I had one. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Just ways people dealt with it and things like that, and people just sort of acknowledging that the terror that I felt was normal for someone who had a panic attack. And it was real touching, and there's a lot of people, there's a lot of people who will listen, who it's a common thing to have a panic attack, and I don't even. It's something I've been thinking about all day. I was like, Scott, you're going to make a video about this tonight. This is what you're going to talk about. This is a thing that happens to people like on a regular basis, and after yesterday, I never want that to happen to me again. So if anyone, if you ever have a panic attack or you have them, please talk to me or let me know, or whatever's happening. If you need a support network, there are people out there, and I'm more than willing after last night to talk it out with somebody. Or if it ever happens to me again, I know who I can talk to and who can sort of talk me down and be like, Scott, you're not dying, you're okay, breathe deeply, try to calm yourself as much as you can, or at least take solace in the doom of knowing that you're not going to die, even though how badly it feels like you will die. This video is going on for a very long time, but it's something that I need to get out of my system what happened, because it wasn't okay, that like the way I felt, and like because I've never had issues like that. It's things that make you feel like you're not normal, and that's what happened to me. And I've never been like that, and I've never sort of had people around me who've spoken to me about things like that, because it's not something I've ever been able to relate to, or it's never something that's been apparent in my life, or it's never happened to anyone who's been in like really close vicinity to me, or I've never seen it happen to anybody. So it's something that it's opened my eyes into something that happens to people, and it's really surprising to know that so many people that I know have them, and it's happened to them, and they're alive and they're fine. And so if you have a panic attack, just you're not gonna die, and things are okay, and it's a normal thing that happens to people. Also, I'm thinking on like a in the back of my mind that reading about the panic attacks that Mary has, like maybe it was a subconscious monkey see, monkey do thing, where I read about them and I had one, because I'd never known what they were, or how they felt, or what they came across like before, till I read the book, and I was like, mate, so if I start having panic attacks now, Mary Hart, I'm holding you personally responsible, because you opened a door that I would rather remain closed. Anyway, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, because you know how much I love to be thumbed in the butt, and leave me a comment down there if you have panic attacks, if you have any experiences you'd like to share. I'd be very, very interested to hear them and to discuss them and chat with you and everything. And subscribe, you'll be down an amazing group of people. I love you, bye. And I'm going to say I'm going to have another video in 4 days. I'll try my hardest, but like after yesterday was my 4th day, I was like, I'm going to roll a video, and then that happened. I was like, mate, not a chance. Not a chance. But 4 days from now. Love you, bye.